Hi there. I'm back from visiting Miami during hurricane season. I'll tell you, you never want to meet a bad storm. Floridians still remember Andrew, Puerto Ricans Maria, Houstonians Harvey. Right now we have Florence, and it's dropping something like 8 trillion gallons of water onto South Carolina. That's like 40 inches of rain. Wow. You know, the flooding is unbelievable, except it happens all the time. Think New Orleans with Katrina. Think the whole country of India and their monsoons. The power and the wonder of nature is stunning. Some trees live for 10,000 years. Wow. Now look at hurricanes. They grow huge and incomparably powerful in just a few weeks. But, and there's always a but, they are mindless even though they destroy. People, on the other hand, have brains. Each of them has 1,000 trillion internal connections. That's a 1 followed by 15 zeros. Now, we don't use all of our brains, but we've gotten Beethoven's Fifth Symphony, the Pietà. The atom has been split, and humankind is already on its way to the stars. An old Star Trek episode called humans ugly bags of mostly water. Now that's a fair description, but, and here's another but, we're actually made up of lots of tiny little bags of mostly water. They're called cells, and they're kept alive by our circulatory system. Not everything with a circulatory system is alive. Inside every hurricane is a huge moving spiral that starts at its eye, doesn't see, and goes out hundreds of miles. The waters of the ocean circulate too. Their flows are complex and go around the entire planet. When you go swimming off the U.S. East Coast, every wave pushes you just a little bit north. Now, ocean towns know about this, and they build jetties to hold on to their sand. But really, there's nothing they can do to keep the beach from growing and shrinking around those jetties. The Gulf Stream is something that the East has over the West Coast. California girls may get so tanned, but their surfers freeze their butts off because the west current flows down from the Arctic North. Ocean currents have to go somewhere. They just can't fall off a flat earth. You know, it's hard to believe, but that was conventional wisdom once. All the world's oceans are connected by giant loops. There are ones on the surface and ones down deep at the bottom of the ocean. In the northern hemisphere, they rotate one way. In the south, they go the opposite way. The ocean movements are complicated and they're being studied, but there's a long way to go before they're well understood. So is the lesson to put on a wetsuit before swimming off a California beach? Maybe yes, but no. The lesson is to move. Don't stand still. To stagnate is to eventually die. Look at a trapped pool of water. Algae will take over, kill the fish, and create a breeding ground for mosquitoes. Moving will help keep you healthy, but it does so much more. The poet Robert Frost wrote about taking the path less traveled. Perhaps you'll do that. Moving forward exposes you to the new. It connects you to people, all of whom have experiences you can learn from. Maybe you can take 2 + 2 and make it into something so much more. You have to keep moving, but not always forward. During a bad time during the Korean War, the commander of the U.S. 1st Army Division said, "Retreat hell. We're just attacking in a different direction." Their bloody march from the Chosin Reservoir to the sea is remembered as one of the greatest in U.S. history. When you fall, pick yourself up. Our lesson is also that connections will lead you to both the good and the bad. You're going to want to copy the good, which is wonderful, but you can't unsee some things. Don't forget them. Think about them and maybe do something because of them. By the way, 17th century Spanish ships sailed north past Florida's forts, but safe harbors like at Lauderdale were useless against unexpected hurricanes, so treasure keeps washing up onto the beaches. And another, by the way, plastic dropped into the ocean floats away on its currents, but there's now a huge floating junkyard of it in the middle of the North Pacific that nobody knows what to do about. Huh? What do you think about that? Tell us, please. Alas, by the way, walking on a beach is a wonderful way to connect to nature. But two important lessons. Use sunscreen and you can't keep a sucked-in stomach sucked in forever. Trust me, I tried. I am Mike for the Be More Better team. Thank you for watching. We really appreciate it. Please comment, like, subscribe if you haven't, but always, always be more better. Body, mind, and spirit. And then be even more better when you get someone else into circulation. And now a shout out to Dennis and Alexis. This has been a pleasure. Until the next time, bye now. During hurricane season, I tell you, you never want to meet a bad storm. Floridians still remember in just a few short weeks. But, and there's always a but, not trees, an old Star Wars, damn. Now, towns build jetties to hold on to their sound. Sound?